and then we'll have time at the end for questions. So any questions that come up whilst we're doing the presentation, we'll handle them at the end. Just to let everyone know that this session has been recorded and will automatically be shared by email as well afterwards to anybody who's registered for the webinar. So if anybody needs to leave early, for example, or anything, you get the remainder of it on the recording. And at the end of the webinar, if anybody is interested in having a one-to-one meeting with ourselves as regards anything that comes up today, please don't hesitate to reach out, or you can go onto our homepage on our website and you can book a meeting with myself directly from there as well if you wish. Okay. So my name is Willie Fitzgerald. I work for Simply Dynamics, and I'm not going to linger on this because pretty much everybody is going to be attending the webinar knows us or has interacted with us in the past. So there's no need to focus on this too much. But ultimately, we're a cloud-first organization based in Dublin, specializing in Dynamics 365. And within the Dynamics 365 range, our main product of focus, I guess, is probably Business Central. I just want to explain the key role that add-ons and apps play in the architecture of Business Central today. So in the past, and some of you on the call are in this situation probably in the past when people bought Business Central or Nav or other ERP systems, they were buying a base application and included a whole heap of customized code all in one complex bucket. So those days are gone. People today buying a system, an ERP system, are buying a base application, Business Central, and that base application remains unmodified, standard out of the box, and can't actually be customized. So instead of customizations, people layer on or plug in Microsoft certified add-ons or apps into Business Central. And the reason for that is your Business Central Online product is upgrading and updating every month, and there's a major upgrade of version every 6 months. So whilst you have a standard base application with certified add-ons plugged into it, those upgrades will happen seamlessly. So that's the key role that apps such as Business Central Insights play in the ERP architecture of today. And over on the right-hand side here, you can see some of the other add-ons or apps that we sell for our Business Central, including Business Central Insights. And that's it. So that's us. I'll actually stop sharing screen now and hand over to Alice to do their bit on Business Central Insights, the certified add-on for Dynamics 365.
Thank you. I'm Alesh from eNotion. As Willie already said, there are some limitations with standard Business Central. It's basically a platform. You want to keep it as standard as possible. Also, standard reports are kind of limited and they're based on the operational system. Customizations would require expert knowledge and would cost money. And available third-party tools are rather traditional and mostly require some form of data staging, which again costs additional money. And Power BI is the obvious solution for reporting on the top of Business Central, but connecting it to specific instance and building relevant dashboards takes time and money. And that's why Business Central Insights were built. They were designed like a kind of set of Power BI apps with more than now 350 pre-built reports and dashboards across all functional areas. This includes also more complex areas like manufacturing, jobs, and service management. So not just the straightforward sales and so on. The connector is built as a Business Central extension and allows for a swift plug-and-play installation and connection. And apps are readily available on Microsoft App Source. So Business Central Insights is not some kind of ad hoc development sourced from some projects and facelifted and packed as a product. It's a truly comprehensive solution. It was built with a clear and distinct vision over several years. By now, we have more than 100 customers using it. And actually, we're always getting some kind of feedback, and this feedback is driving then further product updates. And yeah, all the apps on the App Source are constantly getting 5-star reviews. So this is what we're really proud of. So now Dan is already sharing his screen, and I suggest we have a quick walkthrough.
Thank you, Alesh. So today we'll show you a few of our apps and some of the reports. So all our apps are built in Power BI, only with Power BI. I'll start with sales, which will give you the complete overview of your sales performance. So the sales Insights app would include your total customer sales, your item sales, even resources sales, unposted sales documents such as orders, invoices, quotes, and so on, as well as posted shipments to analyze your delivery performance. Now, let me open the sales overview. You see, all our reports are built in the same way. So on the left-hand side, you would see the menu of most commonly used filters. This could be fiscal year, month, area, industry, which is dimension 1 and 2, and also sales budget that you can select to compare your actuals with. On the right side, you have all the filters available here, which could be used to filter your reports. You can see there are over 100 filters, which includes item attributes, dimensions, and so on, and other fields available in the data model. Now, of course, you can use all the standard features of Power BI, such as cross-filtering. So you can select items and it will filter the rest of the report. Or you could use, for example, drill down to see more details into any items. So for instance, from month to week to individual day, or even drill through. So drill through feature will bring you from the actual item on the visual to the transactional level. So in this case, because we're looking at the item sales overview report, I'll select item sales value entries, and this will show you the actual item sales value entries and like all the invoices that make this number, right? So from here, you can see those links. You can click on the document and it will bring you back to Business Central. So this is the link back to Business Central where you can see the actual document in Business Central, or if you click on the date here, it will show you the actual value entries. So you can see we have a drill through into transactions in Power BI, but from here, you can still go back to Business Central in one click to see the document. So this is the posted invoice, and here we will have the actual value entries, which are filtered to the one that we open. Okay. So now I'll go back to the previous screen. The next report I would like to show you is one of the cube reports. So the cubes are really popular reports because they're extremely dynamic. They allow you to filter by any rows, columns, and select any kind of measures, create hierarchies, and so on. In this demo, I'll show you the actual dimension cube. So item sales dimension cube. The item sales dimension cube will allow you to do any kind of dimensional analysis. So you can choose if you want to see your dimensions. Those are those financial dimensions in Business Central, right? If you want to see them as rows or columns. So if you click on columns, then each column will represent one of the dimensions. And you can just simply click on any of the dimensions. Let's say you want to see this by salesperson, you would see the sales by salesperson. Now you have a code, you can click on the name, and this would show the column as a salesperson name, right? We also support dimension hierarchies. So dimension hierarchies are quite useful feature in Business Central. It's a standard feature where you can create a structure of your dimensional values into different levels and create dimension groups. And that this will translate here into Power BI, where you can drill down to see more details. So for example, our dimension sector will have different levels where you can see the subsectors, or you can see the industries and so on. So you can simply drill down 4 levels into details in this report. On the left side, you can choose multiple measures. You see, right now we're showing sales, but maybe you want to see the item profit as well. We will just select another measure, and you can see sales and profit by dimension hierarchy, by item category. But maybe you want to change the columns into maybe another dimension. could be area, right? So now we have quite comprehensive report, which is actually showing on one way sector in different levels of hierarchy against area, and we have two different measures. So you see, you can create lots of different reports just out of the standard cube report. The last one I would like to show in the sales app is the delivery days. The delivery days report allows you to compare your actual delivery days, so how long it takes for the items to be shipped and delivered to your customer, against with the requested delivery days. And you can see the variances as well. This report is highly configurable, so you can say, I want to compare my actuals to requested or to promised delivery date, or actual to planned delivery date. You can even choose how you want to group and the delivery days. Do you want to see this by shipment or shipment line, or even by sales order, right? And how is it calculated? Is it average? Is it average days of delay, maximum or minimum deliveries? Now you can see the delivery days and variances by customer or any other field that you choose here. So for example, you want to see this by month or by item or any other field. Okay. So this report alone can, with this report, you can make hundreds of different views of your data. Now next, I will switch to the inventory insights app, and I'll show you here two reports. So the inventory report you'll find here many reports to optimize your inventory and see your inventory performance. I will start with the inventory valuation. This is a report that's similar to the one we have in Business Central, which is a static report, but here you have it in Power BI. You can use any filters, and so in this report you can see the opening balances, increases, decreases, and closing balances by different item category and item. Let's say we want to show the inventory valuation in Melbourne, for example, in the previous month, and instead of base unit of measure, I just want to see this in pallets, for example, and I want to include expected costs, right? So this is the way how you can basically configure this report, and additionally, you can apply any other filters here. In inventory, we also have lots of standard inventory ratios, such as day sales of inventory, inventory turnover, sell-through rate, gross margin, return on investment, inventory aging, and out-of-stock days. I'll just quickly show you this day sales of inventory, which give us the information on how many days it takes to sell current inventory levels, right? The filter you see remained from the previous report, so I can remove this filter. And also this report is quite configurable, which means you can choose different calculation methods. How do you want to calculate your inventory levels based on average daily, beginning and ending, or minimum or maximum inventory? So if I click, for example, on this group here, if I want to show items that on average takes 90 to 120 days to sell, I'll just simply click on the group and I see the list of those items. And inventory insights support much more. You can even do inventory forecasting and planning. You'll have projected available balance, gross requirements, scheduled receipts, and planned order receipts, all available. And this gives you the information how that our data model behind the inventory insights. It's quite comprehensive because it includes all those tables that result in those calculations. Next one will be finance report. So we have extensive financial reports also available. In our apps, so you'll find lots of different balance sheet reports, income statement, all those dimensional analysis is all available out of the box. You have different financial ratios here. Because our time is limited now, I'll just show you the P&L statement. The P&L statement is highly configurable, and it's actually configurable in the connector app. So maybe at this stage, I'll also do a quick introduction to the connector app. So the connector app is an extension for Business Central that has to be installed, is like a prerequisite for our apps. And the connector app will expose all the data from Business Central and make it available for Power BI through REST API web services. But not only that, in the connector app, you can do additional configuration of the reports in Power BI. So you can choose which companies you want to import into Power BI. You can see that all our apps support unlimited number of companies. You simply enable them here in the connector app. You can choose which dimensions you want to see in Power BI, item attributes, and we even support some more complex scenarios, such as legacy data. If you want to import data from your previous ERP system and see it alongside the actual data from Business Central. We have row-level security, where you can restrict what users can see. For example, salespeople to only see their own sales and not the complete sales, right? We even support table extension setup to bring in additional extension fields into Power BI. So now I'll just open the P&L statement categories. As you see here, our P&L statement is completely configurable, so you can choose basically the order of those P&L statement categories. You can rename those categories. You can choose the visibility and so on. So because every company is used to a different P&L statement structure, they can configure it here. And then as soon as you refresh your data, you will have the same structure in Power BI. You can also drill up to see, for example, just the top level of hierarchies. You can drill down to see GL account categories here, or you can even drill further down to see the actual GL accounts. So now you can see the complete P&L statement by GL account level, year-over-year comparison, budget to actual comparison, and also the percentage of total revenue. And you can choose which columns you want to show here. It's all customizable. Of course, P&L statement can be viewed by any time period, even accounting period, by any dimension, of course, or even by any company or entity in your Business Central. So because our apps are multi-company, you can see your P&L statement by many companies. And we even added the additional reporting currency here in case you're using different currencies in different companies to have consolidated view in Power BI.
Yeah, I mean, sales and inventory and finance, these are kind of mainstream apps. However, a lot of Business Central implementations support manufacturing processes and they run MRP and so on. And Business Central Insights include also comprehensive reporting on manufacturing data.
Yeah, we do have a Manufacturing Insights app with many ready-made pre-built reports and a data model that includes all the manufacturing tables. Now, to do a deep dive session, I would encourage you to book a call with us through our website, businesscentralinsights.com. You can book a call and we could do a deep dive session for manufacturing or sales or any inventory or finance app. But just to run through some of the reports, so you can see we have a production overview where it's kind of a dynamic report. You can choose different measures you want to see, and it's just a high-level overview of your production. We even have a Gantt chart. on time, in full production. Then complete analysis of the production cost, including cost variances, standard cost variance, expected cost variances. And even companies who are using capacity, they can track actual versus expected capacity here as well.
Yeah, thank you. And I think what is also important to say is, because Business Central is widely appreciated for its flexibility, and of course this was also anticipated in business when we were designing Business Central Insights. And there is basically support for custom fields across all relevant tables. And then on the top of this, users can also build their own custom reports, leveraging Business Central Insights semantic model. So the old name for this was data sets, and users can even include other data sources.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have online tutorials explaining how to extend our apps, but in general, there are different ways. So you can make a copy of our standard report. That's always possible. But also you will have access to our semantic model. So with the semantic model, you can analyze in Excel. You can create new reports. You can connect to semantic model with Power BI Desktop, right? And then you can create new reports from scratch, built on the standard semantic model, which will save you lots of time. And you can even bring in extra tables from other sources and extend our standard semantic model with your own tables. Even create a relationship between the semantic model and your additional table. So that's all possible. Thanks to composite models feature of Power BI, which is quite powerful. Now, of course, those scenarios when you're extending your semantic models require some technical skills, and we usually train our customers how to do that. But for simple scenarios, let's say if you just want to add another field to the item card, or maybe you want to add another field to the customer card and so on, we introduce the table extension setup, where you can just simply add a new field to the table by simply choosing it from the list. So let's say maybe the net weight is something I want to see on the item table. I'll just select it from the list, and next time I refresh data, I'll see this field in Power BI, and then I can use it to create new reports.
Yeah. So with more than 350 pre-built reports, dashboards across all functional areas, and multidimensional reporting, row-level security, and even this extension support, Business Central Insights are kind of a true game changer for reporting. And installation is basically plug and play. It can be just a 10-minute effort. Steps are well documented, and more than half of our installations are by direct end customers. On the other side, also many Business Central partners have recognized the advantage of this ready-made comprehensive reporting solution. And Business Central Insights help partners to close deal faster, because it's much easier to pitch with all the nice dashboards, to deliver projects more efficiently and with less risks, because you can immediately basically test the assumptions on a kind of dashboards which are readable, and they can be well presented also to the management, to key stakeholders. And then at the end, this all brings to successful projects and to satisfy customers. So we work with partners from all over the world, and we have a value-added reseller program which enables them to include Business Central Insights in their solution stack. And then we provide also relevant support and, of course, some margins. And with some partners, like with Simply Dynamics, we have taken the relationship to an even more extensive level. Yeah. And now I suggest we take questions. We still have 5 minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Alesh. There was 3 questions. One of them has already been answered, and 2 more questions came to me directly. First one was, can you export and analyze data in Excel from
Yes, absolutely. So if I show an example, so there are 2 ways to exporting data to Excel from Power BI. One way would be, let's say, if I open any of the visuals, so for example, sales table, you see on the top right corner, you will have option to export data. Now, if you do this, you will create a copy of data in Excel. So you have a copy of your data in Excel, and this is one way to export data from Power BI. More powerful way would be to select Analyze in Excel, because this will basically create it will connect the semantic model to Excel, and it will create a pivot table in here, where you will see all the tables and measures. You see right now what I did, I selected export to Excel, and basically I have a Excel file here connected to the standard model. I'll see all the measures here, hundreds and hundreds of measures, all the tables, and by creating, and I can create new report really easy and simply by just selecting the visual I need to. So I can just drag and drop, let's say, item sales into values. I can say I want to see this by customer, for example. And you see it takes literally 1 second and I have report ready. Now this report I can save. And next time I open it, I'll just simply select data refresh and it will refresh the numbers here. So that means I can create multiple Excel templates that are simply connected to the standard semantic model and create reports. So this is the recommended way to export data to Excel and to analyze data in Excel.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Dejan. Another question was what Business Central versions are supported?
What Business Central versions are supported?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when it comes to online, the cloud version of Business Central, of course, we're always up to date with the latest version, so it will always work with the latest version. We do also support on-premises installations, and that's something for customers that are using on-premises. We do have on-premises installation instructions, and we do support versions 14 onwards for on-premises. Yeah.
Final question that everybody asks normally is, what is the cost for the app?
Well, it's actually no-brainer. I mean, we offer 2 tiers. It's standard, up to 10 Power BI users, and then premium for an unlimited number of Power BI users. And let's say the 2 most popular subscriptions are Operations Bundle, which includes sales, purchasing, and inventory, and the Finance Bundle, which comprises finance, receivables, payables, and cash flow apps. And for example, at the price of 160 euros per month, you get this, let's say, one of these 2 bundles. You get, let's say, sales, purchasing, and inventory apps, which have all these comprehensive semantic models, hundreds of reports. So imagine this 160 euros per month. This is comparable to a cost of 1 hour of an experienced consultant or developer. So you can see it's really no-brainer. And of course, we also have to consider ongoing upgrades, because our apps always follow the Business Central release cycles and are future-proof. So I think it's really straightforward. Yeah. And our pricing is also explained on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website, and we can provide quotes for somebody who's interested. Final question, I think, is somebody's asking where do people typically get training for Business Central Insight if needed?
The training, okay. So we do have online resources available on our website, such as online tutorials. But our customers can always book a call, or our prospects can always book a call for free Power BI session, and we can always do additional training for our customers through the booking link. Yeah.
And we at Simply Dynamics also provide training where required as well, but it's very self-explanatory. And another question came in right at the very end, so asking if Power BI licenses are required, and yes, they are as well.
Yeah, so at least Power BI Pro license is required. Yeah. So the Power BI Pro license is required, and most of our customers, they're using Power BI Pro license to use our apps. Of course, you can upgrade to Power BI premium licenses as well. They're a little bit more expensive. They are a little bit faster, but majority of our customers are using Pro licenses. Yeah.
Power BI Pro. Yeah. Okay, that's all the questions. That was great. Thanks very much. And I'd conclude by concurring with the guys that what you're getting for a small amount of money is a huge amount of ready to go pre-built resource and reporting. So it's fantastic value for money. So as I said at the very start, if anybody wants to organize a follow-up meeting, you can reach out to myself either directly or through a homepage on our website, whichever works best for you. And that's everything for today. So Aileen, you might stop the recording and we'll share it later on and we can conclude the session.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.